back. Stars on the mic. Here we are. I'm Elton. Today we have
Gabby.
And we're hanging out with
the crew of Dimelo 305. I'm Herson.
Woo.
Ariel.
The birthday boy.
Woo! Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks for these shirts, man. Like,
Oh, no.
I feel super cool with this shirt on right now.
You look super cool
Yeah,
with this
Thank
shirt
you. We
on.
appreciate
You
it.
look cool, man.
I feel my muscles are coming out.
Okay. Got a little muscle in the house.
I
a little
mean,
muscle.
here, I don't know why.
Birthday muscle. It's called birthday muscle.
These shirts have that effect. They make the best
Yeah,
of you
they
come
give
out.
you muscles.
I love it. Thank you guys for joining us today. This is going to be a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us, what is Dimelo 305? What do you guys do? Where are you guys located? Where do you cover in Miami?
Interesting question. Dimelo 305 actually just turned 4. We started working.
Happy birthday.
Lots of birthdays
Thank
today.
you. I know it kind of coincided. I don't know how that happened, but we just turned 4, and Dimelo 305 has always been a community-based type of company. We do a lot of community events, and we actually try to just be out in the community. Dimelo means tell me, and pretty much everything stems from that concept of. I don't know if we're chismoso or we're gonna find that information, but one day we just decided let's go out and ask people questions, and kind of like it went from there, and it's been a good journey.
I love it. You guys are all over Instagram and everything, and you guys are just doing it. You're out there doing it. You're making your presence known, and you're talking to community, because that's what we are all about. We're all about community. So I really love what you guys are doing. And what areas of Miami do you guys cover? Where do you guys go?
Funny enough, we don't just do Miami. We're actually kind of global at this point.
Oh, wow.
Puerto Rico, New York, different countries, different cities. We've been very blessed because Dimelo 305 is kind of like these two components. We have the brand and we have the company.
Okay.
So kind of one always helps the other, and somehow we end up in trouble and then doing things we're not supposed to be doing. And one day we wake up here, we end up here, and we're in the red carpet over here, and somehow we're talking to other individuals within the community that are affecting change. And for us, one of the things that we learned very early on is that Miami is comprised of different pockets of people, and just because you're from Miami doesn't know that you are all of Miami.
Yes.
You can't represent all of Miami, and I think that was a very strong takeaway. And at some points we felt like we don't know this Miami. How come we don't know anything about this? And again, that's where the inquisitive component comes in. And we've been blessed that people open their doors and kind of like walk us through things that we wouldn't have any idea of knowing.
So do you guys have anything about your brand or just anything in general you guys would like to highlight about your work here in Miami?
Sure. So as a community-based company, we noticed that our platform was starting to really take off. Right? And it's one thing to be active on social media.
Yes.
It's another thing to be active in the physical space.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be active in both. So we ended up doing, the idea was a health initiative. So can we start, a run walk type of club? Can we start a Zumba? And what we realized is that anyone can start something, but to keep up with it is a whole different
Yeah.
animal,
Consistency.
right? You guys are doing a podcast.
Yeah. It's a hustle.
When we started filming, it was like, can we keep up this level of filming, of production, of quality content? And now 4 years later, who knows how many, maybe probably over 10,000 posts have been made on our page. And that's like just for us, not even for our clients. So the idea was, can we be consistent with this health initiative? Thankfully, it's almost a year now with the Run Club.
With the Run Club, almost a year, and with everything that we do, we make it different. We try to make it special, and we try to include everything in every community that we can. So we kind of like every month we kind of pick something that we feel passionate about, and then want to share awareness to it, and then somehow we create this space where even though it's a run and walk, it's actually like a project of knowledge of like, oh, do you know this is happening? Do you know who these people are?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're standing for? Do you know that this is happening right now? Hey, let's walk and run.
Yeah, like awareness. Yeah.
So it just became something like that. And our run and walks and our Zumbas, they're all kind of like, they all have this trademark of us, which just means we're having fun, we're being respectful, we're learning about something. And we're just participating and building community. That's pretty much what we're doing.
We have to shout out Crystal the inclusive mama.
She connected all this.
She's a beautiful human being,
She is.
wonderful family, and talk about a leader within our community. And so, piggybacking off what Ariel said, we actually did an event for the 34th anniversary of the ADA, American with Disabilities Act. And the theme was a walk and roll. So we brought together, I think it was like over 20 different organizations that deal with, any type of, the entire spectrum really.
Yeah.
Who just interact with different communities within the spectrum. And Crystal was one of those people that we reached out to, and without hesitation, she came out. We had like a sensory room. We had a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. The run walk became a little different that night to be more inclusive. So that's just one example of one of the events that we do, and we do it every single Thursday. April 24th, we'll be hanging out with the sheriff, Sheriff Rosie, so she'll be coming out. Y'all are more than welcome to come out and hang out with us. So again, every month something fun is happening with Dimelo 305.
So your run and walks on Thursday. How do people sign up? Is there a fee?
No, it's free for the community.
They just show up?
Everything is free. Most of the stuff that we do is free for the community.
Okay.
We have very wonderful partners who believe in our vision and are willing to help out, and that's what we can do. Just find people who align with our vision and that want to create something good. I mean, sometimes it's hard when you do events specifically. It's like when you're doing this podcast. Everything requires money. Unfortunately,
it does.
It's not just like, hey, I want to do this and that's it. And we've been very fortunate that, again, through the years, we already like kind of know different people. We're known by different people, and they know what we stand for. And it's out of them that says, hey, how can I help? Mm-hmm. And that for us it's really like we're so grateful that people come out and ask us how they can help instead of us having to come out to people. So we always say we're horrible salespeople because we never sell anything, and somehow all of our products are free. So like, how do we make money? It's not really about that. Like I said, when it comes to things within the community, everybody can take care of something, and we have this mentality of like, if we're doing an event, hey, you bring the pizza, you bring the chair, that's it. We don't need anything else.
I love it.
And we don't have to worry about anything else, and we get a lot of collaborations like that.
So you guys are in the community with the kids and everything. Tell me, what is your biggest, you say a cool story you have for the kids, the community, just giving back to Miami?
Crazy, is I think it doesn't get crazier than Ariel and myself. Together we're Dimelo 305. And I'll tell you crazy. So year one, as a company, honestly, I don't even know I don't even know if we made money year one. We probably lost more than we made.
We didn't make your money year two.
And yet, in month number 3 or 4, we invested in the Dimelo 305 truck.
Okay.
So that's pretty crazy to get this truck that now we've put over $100,000 into. This is how much we believe in this project, now company. And so it was around that time, and it's with Dimelo 305, we always want to be different. We looked at all the pages that were thriving. We saw Only a Date, Lifestyle Miami Problems, all these pages, and they're all wonderful and they're all great, and we get we're cool, all of them, all the owners. But they're similar in the sense that they repost the same accident on the Palmetto, the same boat going down, in the water. We wanted to create all original, highly produced content. That was our thing. Yeah. And that was kind of our lane. So in the hopes of being different, we wanted to get a Dimelo 305 truck. And what this meant, getting new rims for the truck. You can't be out there with
you gotta have rims.
You gotta have nice tires. We had to wrap it.
You have to.
Yeah, you gotta show off. You're gonna get a truck. Might as well be.
Listen, you gotta be fly.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you're gonna do it, go all the way.
It is Miami. It's hard to stand out as it is. Everybody has a Lambo. All right, and they live in efficiency. Everybody has a Lambo, but you got the efficiency.
Yeah.
So the idea was to have this awesome truck
with the efficiency.
Efficiency.
And to date, that has been one thing that has been impactful for children. That has been really any pep rally that we get called for. The truck is there, front and center, because now it has 20 speakers underneath.
Oh, wow.
It has a stage on top. We put a DJ on top of that. So that's the community's truck.
I love it.
So all the police officers, any department that you can think of, we've probably worked with them. They call us for the truck. We did the cool Halloween truck thing.
And correct, and again, sorry for interrupting, but one of the things that the truck has allowed us to do is that, kids are marvelous, and they have this just sense of wanting to have fun. So
Yes.
they don't require a lot. It's not like adults, We
Yeah.
don't we require a nice space, nice seating,
They
nice
just wanna
this,
play.
not that, not that, not that, right? So
No play with
kids
anything.
don't have that. And one of the things that we wanted to do with the truck was, again, we're always different in a lot of different ways. But one of the things we wanted to do was the sound. And it wasn't just sound. We also wanted to talk and like that to be our speakers. And we wanted to drive somewhere, and it doesn't matter where we were, and we can turn on the truck and put on the sound, and we made a party.
I
right?
love it.
So for Halloween, I remember the first time we did this. For Halloween, we got called by
Rapidi,
no. It was by Gigi's Playhouse, I believe
Okay.
it was, right? They were celebrating Halloween, and they were like, if you can, guys, by that time, nobody really knew the truck existed. Again, it was like 4 or 5 months with it.
no one really knew us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
somehow we got called. I don't remember how that
I know the
happened.
feeling.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, okay, cool. And we're always open to helping, right? So we showed up with a truck, and nobody knew this. And again, we always go the extra mile. So I remember it was Halloween. We got the truck, and it was right after we finished investing in it. And I remember her so was like, okay, so we're gonna go to this autism thing. It's like, oh, it's Halloween, it's for kids, and it's with Gigi's Playhouse. Like, oh, okay, cool. So, obviously I was like, so we're getting inflatables. And he just looked at me, bro, we just spent like so much money. Now you want to get inflatables? What are the inflatables for? Oh, for the kids to have fun so they see it. Like, okay, fine. So we get there, we put the inflatables and everything. But nothing turned on like the kids, what's it called? Imagination. Like when we just first heard the first song and they were all just dancing.
I love
They
it.
were just dancing. They were like, at that point, it didn't matter where they were, what they were doing. They just gravitated towards the truck. And then Harrison it's an amazing musician, and he really knows, like, when it comes to crowds, and he really knows his audience. I don't know how he managed to pick songs for 3 hours, but every song was just like something that they
We had
wanted
the
to
kids
dance
moving,
to.
man. And these are children on the spectrum, right? So it was just super cool. I think there were some other organizations there too. Little Angel Special Care was there, different organizations. But it was just such a beautiful. And this thing, I don't have kids,
Okay.
right? So I don't really know what kids are into.
Yeah.
The music, yeah.
And he has 2 daughters, and he's like, "No, we gotta get the inflatables." And in my mind, I'm like, "What? Like, what is an inflatable? I didn't even know what that was." All right, but I think it's the heart and the passion that we put into everything. Whether it's children or adults that are on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, we're hanging out and having a good time.
And what you said about the kids is so true. Like, no matter how many times all the kids that come to our doors, the stars, the school, whatever, they just want to have a good time. They want to have fun, and they want to play. They're kids. I tell all that, let the kids be the kids. Some kids need a little more support than others, but they're kids. They just want to play, and let them. Just let them. That's what it's all about. So you're hearing this story about them just dancing and playing with the music.
Oh, they're
like,
having a great time.
That's the kind of stuff I love to hear. I love
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
and again, we see it like time and time again. We did, I believe, we've done golf tournaments. We've done a lot of stuff, and again, every time we bring the truck and there are kids around, it just shows how music impacts everybody.
Yes.
It's like really like a unifying language. And you see these kids just going into their own universe, and just they're moving, they're dancing, they're laughing, they're having fun. And for that instance in time, there's no limitations to anything in reality. You're
love
just there,
Yeah, I love
having
that.
fun.
Listen, man, unequivocally, there are numerous organizations within the community doing wonderful work within the space of autism. There are also some that are not as reputable, sometimes even scammy, unfortunately,
Yeah,
especially
it
in the
happens.
space of Miami-Dade County.
That happens.
What prompted you to start this kind of fascinating page, podcast movement that you call STARS?
So we've been working with inclusive children for a long time now. I'm talking myself personally going on 15 years. And, we worked with different organizations in the past, and they were great. But it was missing that spark, and like, we started STARS to just do something different. We wanted to do something completely different. We wanted to be more than just a recreational program. We wanted to be a movement. We wanted to, let the community and the world know, like, we're here. these children are here, you know, they have a voice, they have not just a right to sit at the table, but they have a right to be welcomed and enjoyed at the table. And that's how it all started. We wanted to do something a little different. So, you know, we try, like you mentioned, we try to be active on social media as much as possible, and we try to do more than just the typical post, a bunch of smiling kids, and you know, that's it. The podcast came about. I literally said, "Hey, we're gonna start a podcast." The reaction was, "Why?" I said, "You know, we're gonna talk to people, you know, changers, people that make changes in the community, and just get stories and information out to the families." Everybody told me it was a crazy idea, but you know, my staff, I say it all the time, I love a good crazy idea. Here we are going, you know, our podcast is going strong, and we're just.
How long?
We started in August, and here we are. We're like on 20 episodes already, something like that. Like, and we started by interviewing local people. We just interviewed a commissioner, we interviewed school board members, and we got some big ones coming up. But it was literally just, hey, we're gonna do this. That's crazy. Good.
What does STAR stand for?
STAR stands for, the original STAR stands for Socializing Through Art and Recreational Sports. So a big piece of our program, the foundation, is to get the kids to socialize with each other, get them playing, not just with the staff, but like with each other. Because, you know, as a kid, you know, some of my fondest memories are me playing with my friends, socializing, you know, talking smack, you know, making jokes. So we try to get the kids socializing and playing with each other as much as possible. Some kids require a little bit more support than others, but that is a big piece of what we do.
Or sometimes they just need a little like guidance.
Yes.
And then they realize, oh, I love having fun. I love talking to everyone.
Yeah, they're here to, we're not a school, we're not a therapy center, we are a recreational program. We're camps, classes, we're here to have fun, but we want the kids mostly having fun with
Each
each
other.
other. That's what we do.
Very cool. Well, thank you for the great work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
We're trying to make an impact. We're not in this to make money. We're in this to make a change, to make an impact. That's what we're doing it for.
That's beautiful, man.
So again, Dimelo is pretty inquisitive, or chismoso, as some might call it. You know, there's actually, I'm curious about something though. We keep talking about STARS, but what is STARS comprised of? Like, who works here? Like, what's your staff like?
So our staff is like a group of just people who are here to like make a change and like make an inclusive and safe environment, a nice space for like supporting kids or just anyone and being very inclusive. Me personally, I'm a college student. We're college students, teachers, RBTs, yeah. But our goal is not like therapy side, it's more, again, the recreational side, just having fun, allowing kids like a place where they can go and just let loose after like a long school week or like therapy, whatever they do. They just can come here and just have fun.
Yeah, I tell parents all the time, like, we're not therapists, we're not doctors, we're teachers. We're teachers that our experience and all our knowledge comes from being in the classroom. You know, I myself, I'm a special ed teacher of the county. That's my background, my experience. I've never denied it. You know, that is where all my knowledge comes from working with, you know, the children and stuff.
Let me ask you something a little bit more serious. What is a successful day for you guys? That you go home and like, oh my God, so if I could repeat that again tomorrow, I'd say I'm done. I'm done with life.
I would say when the kids are just like all playing together and like they're all like happy and there's no like, because obviously they're I don't know.
No drama.
Yeah, no drama. Like just having like a happy day.
What's
like
the
the
age
kids
group
being
for the
happy.
kids?
Our youngest is 4, and we go up to 18, and we split them by groups.
How many do you have?
I would say the more laughs, the
Between
better.
both programs, we have maybe, we're pushing close to 55, 60 kids between both locations.
Wow.
And to answer your question, I would say a successful day for me as a program director comes down to the individual kid. If I know this child struggles with going to the bathroom, you know, they keep having accidents. If we could work with that kid, and I'm big on the staff, bathroom, and they don't have an accident, success to me. If this child, the parents comes, because a lot of children on the spectrum, they have difficulties eating new foods or eating in general. He ate half his lunch today, success. If this child came up to me unprompted and asked me a question, he talked to me first, success. That's what that to me. So to answer the success is almost individual per child. You know, if this child came in, wasn't screaming, they came in happy and everything, and they were just happy to be here. And before parents who are literally dragging them in, success.
If there's a day that goes by, he doesn't call me. Success.
I feel the same way. Same way.
But that's how I view it as a successful day. You know, I could go home and we struggled a little bit, but we did it. You know, the children had a good time. They're safe. All their needs are met. The parents know the kids are good. To me, that's what it's about.
And to be part of your program, what do you have to do? Like, do you have to call? Do you have to pay? Like, what is that?
So the parents reach out to us first. We do like a little intake. You know, we make sure there's some forms the parents fill out because we have to know the kids and we have to know what their needs are. You know, if your child needs help going to the bathroom, if your child's an eloper, will they take off running from us? Like, those are things we need to know. So that way we know how to best prepare ourselves to meet the needs of the child. And then they come to the program. We do have some funds, so we try to keep the cost as low as possible. We were just given some money by the Children's Trust, so we're very thankful to them. And then, yeah, that's how it is. It starts off with an initial phone call. Usually they speak to me. We have a 15, 20-minute phone call. I discuss, you know, the program. They tell me about the child. You know, I'm always like, be honest with me, you know. Will your child run away from us? Like, we need to know. This is important information. We need to know.
If not, you'll find out.
Oh, yeah, now we
Yeah.
find
That's
out.
why, that's why you're doing the
Usually.
half marathon. So
Yeah,
you keep up.
yeah.
Usually
Got it.
that's how it
Now
works.
it makes sense. Now it
It
makes
all makes sense.
sense.
Running with a purpose.
That's why we do a lot of 5Ks
It's our
as a
next
group.
event.
Yeah,
Running with a purpose.
we have to run. You know, sometimes we got to run after the kids. You know,
Training.
we got to know. But that's how they reach out to us. We have a discussion. We usually invite them to our Sunday class. We meet them. We meet the child. Because when working with the children, you also got to know the parents. And you got to know what they need. You know, like a lot of times they'll tell you, I need the child to be able to not have a bathroom accident. So that's stuff we need to know.
Bathroom thing is a big deal.
It
Believe it or not,
is.
it is. It is. For a lot of families, it is. And it's a lot of families, it's a struggle too. So
I can imagine.
for our program stars, and the staff will tell you, I'm very big. Every 45 minutes, we do a bathroom break. Even if the kids say no, we take them anyways. Because a lot of times they won't tell you have to go to the bathroom, and then next you know, you're dealing with an accident. So
Yeah.
every 45 minutes, we take them, even if they say no. This is great. Thank you guys for being here, man. We got to chat with you guys, meet you guys. You guys doing big things in the community. Any last words you guys want to say, or anybody you want to thank?
Who would I like to thank? My mother. I love her.
Do you have the
dearly.
list?
I have a list.
You have. Will you put on your list and I put on my list?
We're kidding,
This
man.
list. Oh, geez.
Listen, Aaron,
I
happy
don't
birthday.
think he's kidding.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
thank you.
Yes, happy birthday.
And thank you for everybody who's
Elton
texting.
and team, man. We have to thank you guys for
Shout
having
out.
us on here.
No,
Shout out
thank
to
you
the
for meeting
birthday
us.
Obviously, huge shout out to Crystal for
Yes.
the wonderful work that she's doing.
Shout out, Crystal.
She's like an influencer, like leader of a nonprofit. She's like
She's
super
everything,
cool,
yeah.
doing all this
In
amazing
the world
work.
of inclusion, she's like the LeBron James.
She's
up there.
she's up there. So
Yeah.
thank you, Crystal, for bringing people together, which I think is a very rare superpower.
It is, it
that
is.
many people do not possess. So thank you for bringing us together. Even if you're not here, we're here because of you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
She's
And thank you for Pinecrest for letting us be here, and thank you for you guys, and for Gabby.
thank you.
And you too, back there.
Andrea, working
Yeah.
the camera back there.
Thank you, thank you.